Hi everyone, I thought I would pop on today and just show you some of the books that I've picked up in my latest book haul. Where we live, we're very lucky in that we have a bookshop. It is run by a charity, so it's a charity shop, but there, it is all just books. So I'm very, very lucky that in that shop they also have a vintage section, so I do manage to pick up some wonderful books. But before I start dismantling them, I thought I would just share with you, the books that I've picked up and give you some of the ideas that I'm going to have for them. And then later on in the week, I'll show you some of the things that I make with these books. I'm going to move all these off of here just for a minute because there are quite a few, and I'll just go through them quite quickly to show you, the books and what I intend to do with them. So some of the books on, really, really old. This one, I think it is 1986, sorry. So it's not an overly old book, but it has some lovely images in here, and a lot of the pages are like this. They're just very pretty, they're really, really lovely pages. So this one I intend to use the whole pages for journal pages. So I would just literally, you've also got the little images here, but every sort of couple of pages you've got these beautiful spreads. So that is what I intend to do with this one, is just take out the pages and use them as journal pages. And then the other images on here like this I could use as tags, or pockets, all different things. So this has some wonderful, look at this. This is just beautiful. This would even make a wonderful cover, actually, thinking about it. That would be a beautiful cover, that one. And this one, this is beautiful as well. You can imagine that as a journal cover. Just gorgeous. So that's the first one. It's just this lovely flower book. What is it? Plants of the British Isles. Just some lovely little small images as well. You could use these as a big tag, a bookmark. Even if you don't do journals, you could use these pages on other projects, And, to be honest with you, there are so many plants and flower books, in this bookshop. So I'm sure that, some of your bookshops will have these sorts of books. So that's the first one. Then, this is just, I didn't pick this up for the subject. It's quite an old book, 1938. But I picked this up because, look, these pages are just so aged and coloured, and look, so you wouldn't need much distressing on these to use these as your book page pockets. Just a lovely old discoloured book. Now that was £1.50, but you can pick these up quite cheap. But just take the pages out and just use these as tags or pockets. Just lovely old book. So that was just for that. I have another herbal. This is called Herbal, the Country Diary Herbal. Again, not an overly old book. Let's have a look here. 1994, sorry. And, again, this just has some lovely images in here. And they're not photographs. They're actual, well, there's a couple of photos. But the majority of the images are these lovely, they're not photos, they're more illustrations. And you've got some lovely pages here. Look, these are gorgeous, just lovely. I would probably cut that down and make that into a pocket, or you could use it as a journaling card, or a fold over little pocket. There's just some lovely, oops, Charlie's going to get in the way. Lovely, lovely images. So, I mean, I actually have too many flower books now, really. No, get off, come on. You're being a pain. And then I have this quite old French Encyclopedia, 1949. Lovely discoloured pages. I actually have 3 of these now. But I love these little images, illustrations on the pages. So, you know, you've got some lovely... I use these quite a lot in projects that I do. I think I have one here. I was doing these... I saw the girl on the ridge do these envelope sort of pockets from book pages. And if you can see, I've used one of these images. I think somewhere in there are like people here. There's quite a lot of pages of these. And I actually really like just using a little scrap bit when you do collaging. So, you know, that's just a lovely little envelope flip with a pocket. Very quick and easy to make. And, you know, if anyone wants to see them being made, they are very, very simple, just made from book pages. So, these old French dictionaries are just marvellous for that, because there are a lot of pages with these pictures of people in there, but also just the illustrations. And look, for £2, how many pages you get. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Look. Oh, you've even got maps, old map sort of pages, maps, atlas sort of pages in there. Some lovely pink pages. Why we have those, we do not know. There's had some in the other one as well. So as you can see, lots and lots and lots of pages. They are very thin, so, you know, if you were doing pockets and that, you would have to glue quite a few together. But I use them more for collaging. So I have enough of these French encyclopedias now. And if anybody wants some of those pages, just contact me and I'll send you some. Right. Now, the next book I have is called The Seasons. I actually have this book already, but my lady in my bookshop knows what I like and what books I tend to buy, and she put it aside for me. And this, again, isn't probably very old. Not really old, if you know what I mean. 1992. But it has these gorgeous pages. Look at these. I have already used some of these in some of my journals, and I would just take the page out and fold it in half and use it as a journal page, because it's just, there's just some really lovely sepia pages as well. I mean, look at this one here. This is just gorgeous. And they have some lovely poems in here as well. This is a lovely, lovely, lovely book. I mean, look at all these. Got these gorgeous. Look at this one. Love it. That's just beautiful. But every single page, you know, I probably wouldn't waste a page in this book at all. I just love this book. It's one of my favourite books, and it is called, just called The Seasons. Let's have a look at the cover of it. Oh, look, we could take the jacket off and have it like that. That looks much better, doesn't it? What a lovely book. In fact, look, this would be great, actually, as a glue book. If you don't know what a glue book is, check out, I think it's Gail Agostinelli. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, Gail. This would be great for a glue book. It's where you use, it's almost like a scrapbook where you would do collage pages, saving images that you like, you know, because these have already got a lovely background. You could definitely use this as a glue book. It's not, you know, I don't know how much you would get in it, but anyhow, these pages, none of these pages will get wasted. It's just beautiful, beautiful book. So if you ever see this book, it is definitely worth, you know, you could make so many things with this book. Tags, pockets, pages, envelopes. Oh, just gorgeous. Gorgeous book. Okay, now this book wasn't for the subject matter. This is called The Bumper Book of School Stories, but I'll tell you exactly why I bought this book. Now, it was £2, but old book, 1927. I don't think that's the date of it, but it was given to someone in 1927. So it is a lovely old book. But the reason I got this book is because the pages are super, super thick. I mean, anyone who's done book page pockets and, excuse me, tuck spots, etc., you know that you have to glue 2, 3, 4 pages together because the pages are too thin. Well, this, look, these are really, really, really thick. So I would make tags out of this because you can't really fold it because it would split if you, because it's so old, it's quite brittle, but and thick, it would not fold very well. But this would be great for pockets, tags, and it's a really lovely thick book. There's just lots and lots of pages in here. Not really too fussed about the images on here, but I would just use these, take this page out, cut them into tags or pockets, etc., and just use them because they're super, super thick. Just great book, great book. So, you know, this video really is to just give you some ideas. You know, I find books in my scrap store, in the charity shops, car boots, all over the place. So just have a look out because there's a load of things you can do with them. Now, also picked up these 3 books, Canterbury, Shakespeareland, and the Dukeries. And these are, I don't know how old these are. Let's have a look at this one here. Not sure. I mean, they're, you know, quite old, but the reason I got these is because they have some lovely aged pages, but they have some lovely images in here as well. Every couple of pages there are images in this book. So that is why I got this one. For the discoloured pages are good, but also the images. And Charlie is wanting his tummy tickled. Charles. So that's the first one. There's quite a few pictures in here. I mean, that's very pretty as well, look. So I will just use the images and the pages for pockets, etc. So that's the first one, Shakespeareland. Then we've got Canterbury. Same again, you know, they're just a lot of lovely images in here that I will use as big tags or journaling cards. Cut them down. Oh, I wouldn't use that one because that's a cemetery. That wouldn't be very good in a journal, would it? Oh, jeez. Right, okay, not the cemetery one. But, you know, there's some lovely old pictures in here that I would just cut down and make for big tags. Oh my gosh, Charlie's throwing me off. And the Dukeries, again, another old book. And these are just beautiful coloured images in here. I don't know what that one is, actually. And I would just distress them up and put them on, back them on some card. Excuse me. That's a very pretty one. So that's those 3. And then I picked up this book, and this is quite an old book, I think, 1958. It's called The Heavenly Child, A Christmas in Art Anthology. And they just have some really lovely images here in this book. There's quite a few lovely pictures. Yes, they are quite religious, but still, I still think that there's some lovely images in here. What are you doing? What are you doing? And just some nice sort of pages that we could use in our journals. So that's just that one there. And then my lady in the bookshop has saved a couple of these for me. because of the gorgeous covers. I mean, look at these covers. You wouldn't need to do anything. All right, this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I could put a bit of lace over it. And Robert Louis Stevenson. But look at these gorgeous books, and they're in really good condition. I think these were £1 each, but I just love the covers. You know, you could gut the book and use it as a journal cover. So I have that one and this red one. Oh, actually it was these were £1.50, but you know, the corners are good, and you know, you could just gut this and then use this as a journal cover, and I wouldn't really do anything else to it. So I have another one of those, and then I have some of these little ones as well, which I just love the gold on them. This is Shakespeare, so just lovely. They're a lot smaller, these ones, nice for your a little small journal. So definitely we'll use them. I have 2 of those, so let me put these back. Now I'm doing a baby journal at the moment, so I found this book, Baby's Diary, and what I will do is just use some of these pages in there, and it's sort of baby's milestones. But look at these lovely images, you know, to use in a baby book. So baby's first, it's all baby's first smiles, but in here as well there are some lovely little nursery rhymes as well. I think I found one somewhere, if I could find it. I hear you, get off, come on. I was trying to find... Oh, I did. Oh, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. There's some really lovely images with the little verses and bits of nursery rhymes and that, but just some gorgeous pictures in here. You know, you could use these as tuck spots. Definitely look at this one. I would definitely use this one. So this is for a baby book, and I will be showing some of that when I get started on it, which is going to be the next couple of days. And this also, it is called Perry Merry Dixie, and what it is, it's a music book. How old is this one? 1975, and it's all music pages, but they're nursery rhymes. Bar, bar, black sheep. But there's some nice, also some nice images in here as well. I mean, I love these images, and obviously the farmer in the dell. So I'll just use these pages for the journal and fold them in half. But you've also got some lovely like Hickory Dickory Dock. And these are lovely big pages, so you could do flip outs as well. But some lovely coloured pages. Look at this, Humpty Dumpty. This will be a great journal page. I love big pages. Love big pages. Just good. Great book. Oh, look, this is one of the images I wanted to use, because if it was folded in half, you would have half of the going that way. You'd still see that much of a page. So I would take this page out and fold it in half and use it as a journal page, and then probably tea dye these pages to put in the journal. So that's what I'm going to do with that one. And then we have a couple more books. I'm also doing a Jane Eyre journal as well, so a Jane Austen, sorry. So we've got Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility. So not really any images in here, but I'd probably put a couple of these pages or make some tags from it, you know, and leave the Sense and Sensibility in there. And this one, I like the cover, so I'll probably make a big tag from this image, because there's not really any images in the book, but you know, it'd be nice to have some tags or something you know, from these books. So that is that. And oh, 2 more books. I had 2 more, which they are very sort of grey books, so They are boy books, but these are quite old actually, 1955. This is about trains, but I just thought it would be nice in a children's book. You know, they're quite old looking pages in this one here, and just thought it would be great for a children's book. And just love the pictures on here. It's a nice old looking book. And then this one is just photographs of trains, men who work on the trains. But again, I just like sometimes to have interesting pages in your journal. You know, you don't just have to have flowers and butterflies and things like that. You can have some, you know, really interesting old pages. So that's my, there's my books that I managed to pick up. And you know, like I said, I'll be doing some projects with them later on this week to show you some of the things that I make with my books. I actually have like a mini bookstore downstairs, and when I organise it, get round to organising it, I'll give you a tour. So I hope you're enjoying the videos. It's lovely to be back, lovely to hear from you all, and I look forward to you know, speaking to you and saying hi. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. There will be a competition coming next week, so watch out for that. All right, my lovelies, take care for now. Bye.